If you are 70, 80 years old, these 8 things lose their meaning. As we reach the golden years of 70, 80, and beyond, life presents us with a unique opportunity to reflect and let go of what no longer serves us. These years can become some of the most fulfilling and freeing, a time to focus on joy, inner peace, and authentic living. Here are 8 things that may no longer hold meaning, allowing you to embrace life's simple pleasures with greater intention and purpose. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Fear of change and starting over. Reaching your 70s or 80s can feel like the perfect time to settle comfortably into familiar routines and well-trodden paths. However, even in these later years, life has a remarkable way of offering new beginnings. It's natural to feel hesitant about change. New experiences can seem intimidating, and starting over might feel like something reserved for younger years. Yet, one of the greatest gifts of this stage is the wisdom that comes with age, giving you the courage to explore fresh paths without the self-doubt that might have held you back before. Change doesn't have to mean upheaval. It can be as gentle as exploring an old interest or cultivating a skill you set aside long ago. Imagine the thrill of taking up painting, reading poetry, or learning to play an instrument. New experiences that nourish the soul rather than disrupt life's balance. These small changes can rekindle a youthful sense of curiosity, bringing newfound joy and purpose. It's not about proving anything to others. It's about allowing yourself to live freely, with the knowledge that there's no limit to personal growth or discovery. This chapter of life also presents an opportunity to redefine what starting over means. Instead of major career moves or ambitious milestones, it's about embracing new attitudes, adapting fresh perspectives, and allowing yourself to step away from habits that no longer bring joy. Perhaps it's rethinking how you spend your time, choosing to surround yourself with uplifting relationships, or simply being open to new ideas and ways of thinking. The beauty of this stage is that starting over can mean whatever you want it to. There are no rules. In a way, change becomes less about disruption and more about evolving. You've learned that true courage isn't in avoiding change, but in choosing it, in moving towards something new with an open heart and mind. Whether it's trying a new activity, making new friends, or even relocating to a different setting, these choices are not merely new starts, but expressions of a life lived with intention, presence, and passion. By embracing change, you honor the journey you've traveled while keeping the door open to life's next beautiful surprises. 2. Clinging to the past. As we move into our 70s and 80s, the past can feel like a familiar companion, a comforting blend of memories, accomplishments, and milestones. However, while those memories are invaluable, holding on to them too tightly can create an unseen weight, limiting our experience of the present. Years of accumulated possessions, attachments, and unresolved emotions can start to feel like a burden, filling our homes and minds with echoes of times gone by rather than the openness of life today. Clinging to the past often means holding on to objects and sentiments that once brought joy, but now may serve as reminders of what once was rather than what currently is. Imagine how liberating it could be to release what no longer brings you joy or peace. A freeing act that honors the past without being bound by it. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or disregarding memories. It's about giving yourself the space to fully inhabit the present moment, creating an environment that feels light and open. By choosing which items and memories to carry forward, you retain only what genuinely enhances your life now. This process also involves examining long-held beliefs and old narratives. Many of us carry unresolved emotions or regrets that linger quietly in the background of our lives. Letting go of the past can also mean forgiving yourself, others, or situations that have caused pain or disappointment. With the wisdom of experience, you can look back with compassion, understanding that each moment, both joyous and challenging, was part of the journey that shaped you. Imagine living each day without being tethered to reminders of what could have been or what used to be. Instead, each morning is filled with the freedom to live more lightly, to focus on the simplicity and beauty of now. By consciously releasing the weight of the past, you gift yourself the ability to experience the present with clarity, gratitude, and joy. The moments you have today, the conversations, and even the smallest experiences become richer and more fulfilling when you're not carrying the invisible weight of yesterday. Letting go of the past is not about discarding your history. It's about making space for peace, joy, and the unfolding of new moments. In doing so, you don't lose the beauty of your past. You enrich your present with lightness, allowing yourself to fully embrace each day that awaits. 3. Pressure to complete old goals that no longer matter. In earlier stages of life, many of us set ambitious goals, achievements that seemed like markers of success and purpose. We may have dreamed of advancing in a career, building financial security, or reaching personal milestones. These goals often defined our actions and gave structure to our aspirations. But as the years pass, some of these old goals lose their relevance, becoming echoes of past ambitions rather than sources of genuine fulfillment. At this stage, life offers the chance to reassess which goals still hold true meaning and which are no longer aligned with who we are today. Releasing outdated goals doesn't mean dismissing past dreams or achievements. It's about recognizing that growth brings change. The ambitions we held in our 20s or 30s were shaped by a different time in life, when priorities were different and the drive to achieve was perhaps more outward focused. Now, with the perspective of experience, we can look at these goals and ask, does this still serve me? The beauty of this question lies in its ability to help us refine our focus on what truly matters today. Letting go of old goals frees us from the invisible weight of should and must. It allows us to shift our energy from striving toward accomplishments that may no longer fit our values to cultivating moments of inner peace and joy. Now, fulfillment might be found not in a new achievement, but in the depth of a conversation, the warmth of spending time with family, or the quiet contentment of a morning spent in nature. These simple pleasures often bring a deeper satisfaction than any material milestone, reminding us that life's true value lies in the quality of each moment, not the quantity of accomplishments. Setting new goals doesn't mean they have to be grand or ambitious. Rather, they can be as simple as spending more time with loved ones, taking care of our health, or nurturing a creative hobby. Goals that align with who you are today bring a sense of harmony and purpose, not pressure or urgency. Imagine the freedom in focusing on what genuinely enriches your soul, knowing that each day can be lived with intention and ease rather than measured by productivity or traditional success. At this stage, you have the wisdom to redefine success on your own terms. Realizing that old goals can be let go is not a loss. It's an act of self-respect and courage. It's a decision to invest your time and heart in things that make life fuller, gentler, and more authentically yours. In doing so, you embrace each day not as a task to complete, but as a gift to savor. 4. Comparing yourself to others. As we journey through life, the habit of comparison often follows us, subtly shaping how we view ourselves. Society has long encouraged us to measure our worth by others' achievements, appearances, or lifestyles. In our younger years, this tendency might have driven us to push harder, aim higher, or feel pressured to live up to certain expectations. However, reaching the age of 70, 80, or beyond provides the gift of perspective. The understanding that each of our lives is as unique as a fingerprint, impossible to compare accurately to another's journey. In truth, every person's path is filled with its own blend of joy, hardship, resilience, and love. No two lives are the same, and no two people face identical challenges. Comparing yourself to others not only steals from your peace of mind, but also diminishes your ability to fully appreciate your own life's richness. Each moment, decision, and experience you've lived has been a stepping stone that has led you to this very moment. Embracing this uniqueness allows you to see your life as a beautiful tapestry woven from your own distinct experiences, growth, and wisdom. Letting go of comparison requires a shift in focus from looking outward at others' lives to looking inward with appreciation for your own journey. You've weathered countless storms, celebrated unforgettable milestones, and cultivated relationships that have filled your heart. Instead of measuring your worth against someone else's accomplishments, take time to honor the resilience and courage that have brought you here. Remember, true fulfillment doesn't come from being better or having more than others. It comes from deeply valuing the life you have created for yourself. At this stage, letting go of comparison frees you to live authentically, rooted in your own values and experiences. It means appreciating the simple pleasures that make life meaningful to you, whether it's the joy of connecting with family, the beauty of a quiet morning, or the satisfaction of a creative pursuit. Embracing who you are and all that you have lived through brings a profound sense of contentment. It's a gentle acceptance that you are, and have always been, enough just as you are. When you release the habit of comparison, you gain the freedom to appreciate life from a place of gratitude and self compassion. Rather than seeing yourself through the lens of what others have or do, you begin to see yourself as the remarkable person you are. You can finally be at peace with your journey, knowing that it has been and will continue to be uniquely yours. This self acceptance and quiet confidence become sources of unshakable joy, allowing you to savor each day with a sense of fulfillment that no comparison could ever provide. 5. Toxic relationships. As the years pass, relationships become an integral part of our lives, filling our days with companionship, support, and joy. Yet, not all relationships offer positivity or fulfillment. Over time, some connections, whether with friends, family, or acquaintances, may become sources of tension, resentment, or exhaustion. In our younger years, we might tolerate these dynamics out of a sense of duty, loyalty, or fear of causing conflict. But reaching the later years brings a unique wisdom, the understanding that our time and energy are precious, and we deserve to spend them with people who genuinely care for our well-being. Toxic relationships can drain us, leaving us feeling undervalued, anxious, or even questioning our own worth. These relationships may include those who criticize without empathy, fail to offer support, or bring constant negativity into our lives. Holding on to these connections often stems from a deeply ingrained belief that loyalty means enduring discomfort. However, there comes a time when we must ask ourselves, is this loyalty to others coming at the cost of loyalty to ourselves? Letting go of toxic relationships is not an act of abandonment or selfishness. It's a profound act of self-respect and self-care. At this stage, every day is a precious opportunity to nurture our happiness, peace, and health. Surrounding ourselves with those who value and uplift us enriches our lives, filling our days with warmth, understanding, and a shared joy. Healthy relationships should feel like safe spaces where we can be fully ourselves, appreciated for who we are, rather than criticized or diminished. Imagine a life where each connection brings positivity and balance, where interactions leave you feeling enriched rather than depleted. When you consciously choose to distance yourself from relationships that no longer serve you, you create room for relationships that do. This doesn't mean severing all ties abruptly, but rather setting gentle, healthy boundaries that protect your peace. By choosing to invest in friendships and family bonds that bring you happiness, you build a circle of support that aligns with the person you are today. Think of this decision as cultivating a garden. To truly flourish, you may need to remove the weeds that prevent growth. By letting go of toxic relationships, you allow space for compassion, laughter, and mutual respect to grow. You don't lose anything essential. Instead, you gain a life where each relationship reflects the love and kindness you deserve. Prioritizing healthy connections creates a foundation of joy and stability, enabling you to face each day with a heart that feels lighter and a spirit unburdened by unnecessary stress. In the end, surrounding yourself with love, respect, and understanding transforms your quality of life. It's a gentle affirmation that your peace and happiness are worth protecting. And as you embrace this newfound clarity, you discover that a smaller circle filled with genuine positive relationships is far more fulfilling than a larger circle filled with conflict and negativity. Embrace the relationships that lift you up and let go of those that hold you back, knowing that you have the right to prioritize a life of harmony and joy. 6. Social standards and appearance. Throughout our lives, society imposes countless expectations on us, especially regarding our appearance. We are told to look a certain way, to fit certain standards, to hold on to youth as if aging is something to be avoided. We are bombarded with ideals of flawless beauty, often leaving us with a sense that we must fight against time rather than embrace its gifts. But as we reach our 70s and 80s, there comes an invaluable realization. These external standards no longer hold the same power, and our worth has nothing to do with how closely we resemble society's idea of perfection. Aging brings with it a unique beauty, one that is often overlooked in a culture obsessed with youth. Each wrinkle, each gray hair, each line on our face tells the story of a life fully lived, a life filled with laughter, challenges, resilience, and wisdom. These marks of time are not flaws to be hidden. They are badges of honor, symbols of the love and experiences that have shaped who we are. Embracing our appearance as it is today, without trying to turn back the clock, is a profound act of self-acceptance. It means honoring the person we have become and celebrating the journey that brought us here. By letting go of the need to meet superficial standards, we free ourselves to experience a deeper, more authentic beauty. This beauty is found not in smooth skin or youthful features, but in the warmth of our smile, the kindness in our eyes, and the strength we carry from years of growth. Caring for our health and well-being remains important, but the motivation shifts. It's no longer about chasing an ideal, but about feeling strong, comfortable, and at peace within ourselves. This stage of life also offers an opportunity to redefine what it means to be truly attractive. Attractiveness becomes less about outer appearance and more about inner qualities, compassion, humor, wisdom, and the ability to live each day with gratitude. When we release the pressure to look a certain way, we also let go of judgment, both toward ourselves and others. We no longer view people through the lens of physical beauty, but instead appreciate the unique essence each person brings into the world. Imagine the peace that comes from looking in the mirror and smiling at the person who gazes back, not with criticism, but with pride and compassion. You are not merely seeing an image. You are recognizing a person who has lived, who has overcome, who has loved deeply. This acceptance radiates a beauty that cannot be manufactured, a beauty that speaks of authenticity and self-love. It is a beauty that resonates far deeper than appearance and leaves an impression on those around you. In letting go of society standards, you reclaim your freedom. You are no longer bound by the opinions of others or the pressures to conform. Instead, you walk through life with a quiet confidence, knowing that you are enough just as you are. You find joy not in meeting expectations, but in simply being yourself, embracing every facet of who you are today. This is the profound freedom of accepting oneself. And in this acceptance, you discover a new kind of beauty, one that grows richer, more meaningful, and more deeply fulfilling with every passing year. 7. Unfulfilling routines and habits. As the years go by, we often settle into routines, patterns of daily life that become familiar, comfortable, and automatic. These routines, once purposeful, may gradually lose their meaning, transforming from sources of joy into obligations we follow out of habit rather than desire. In our 70s and 80s, we're given the precious chance to reassess these routines, to question whether they still align with who we are today, and to release any that no longer bring fulfillment. The routines that once felt vital or necessary may now feel like empty rituals, occupying time without enriching our spirit. Think of the countless tasks, activities, and social obligations we engage in simply because we always have. Yet, each day is a gift, an opportunity to savor moments, connect deeply, and engage in what truly brings joy and peace. Releasing unfulfilling habits is not about abandoning structure, but about making room for meaningful choices that reflect our current passions and needs. Imagine, for instance, giving up activities that feel burdensome and replacing them with pursuits that genuinely nurture your well-being. Perhaps it's trading a repetitive morning task for a walk in nature, where each step refreshes both body and soul. Or maybe it's setting aside time each week to reconnect with creative hobbies that once brought you joy, like painting, writing, or gardening. In these choices, life shifts from routine to ritual, from mere habit to intentional living. This stage of life invites us to infuse our days with curiosity, exploring old interests we may have set aside or trying something entirely new. Whether it's learning a new skill, joining a community group, or simply taking time to enjoy quiet moments, each choice becomes a celebration of our freedom to live in ways that feel enriching. Letting go of monotonous routines allows us to rediscover life's simple pleasures: the warmth of the sun on a morning stroll, the beauty of a well-tended garden, the satisfaction of a heartfelt conversation. Releasing outdated habits also gives us the space to deepen connections with the people and experiences that truly matter. It's a gentle reminder that our time is best spent on what feels meaningful, rather than on obligations that exhaust rather than uplift. Imagine each day as a canvas, one that you are free to paint with moments of laughter, calm, exploration, and reflection. This shift doesn't require grand changes. Even the smallest adjustment can bring a new sense of fulfillment. The goal is not to fill our days with constant activity, but to fill them with purpose. By letting go of routines that no longer serve us, we're not left with empty time. Instead, we're left with space. Space to be spontaneous, to be present, and to savor each experience. As you let go of what feels unfulfilling, you gain the freedom to live each day as a gift, filled with choices that reflect who you are now. Life becomes less about keeping up and more about living fully, creating a rhythm that honors both your inner peace and the joy of truly being present. 8. Guilt over prioritizing your own happiness. Throughout much of life, many of us have placed the needs and happiness of others above our own. As parents, partners, friends, and caregivers, we've dedicated ourselves to being there for those we love, often sacrificing personal dreams or desires to support others. But as we enter our 70s, 80s, and beyond, we're offered a profound realization. It's time to let go of the guilt associated with prioritizing our own happiness. These years are an invitation to embrace our own joy, knowing that self-care is not selfish but essential to living a fulfilled life. This shift can feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable. We might have spent decades feeling that putting ourselves first was somehow indulgent or unworthy. Yet, in truth, There is immense wisdom in acknowledging our own needs and desires. Prioritizing happiness at this stage means honoring the journey we've walked, acknowledging the dreams we may have set aside, and giving ourselves the permission to explore them without reservation or guilt. Imagine allowing yourself to do what truly makes you happy, without the weight of obligation or judgment. Perhaps it's pursuing a long held passion, like painting, writing, or traveling. Maybe it's as simple as taking more time for quiet moments, indulging in a favorite book, or enjoying a walk at dawn. These are not small acts. They are expressions of a life well lived and a soul ready to experience joy as a rightful part of each day. By prioritizing what brings us peace and fulfillment, we not only nurture our own spirit, but also bring a renewed energy to those around us, setting an example of self-respect and balance. Embracing our happiness is an act of self-love, a recognition that we too deserve the same kindness and compassion we have given so freely to others. This doesn't mean abandoning our roles or responsibilities, but finding harmony between caring for others and caring for ourselves. Happiness is a birthright, a gift we owe to ourselves after years of selflessness and dedication. When we allow ourselves to pursue what brings us joy, we enrich not only our own lives, but also the lives of those who witness our journey. By letting go of guilt, we step into a life filled with intention and authenticity. We learn to ask ourselves, what do I truly want? What makes my heart sing? And in listening to these answers, we find that life opens up in new ways, revealing paths to fulfillment that perhaps we had overlooked. Embracing happiness without guilt allows us to fully inhabit each moment, to be present in a way that brings a quiet but profound sense of peace. In the end, prioritizing your own joy is not just a gift to yourself. It's a testament to the life you've lived and the wisdom you've gained. You've spent years enriching the lives of others, and now you have every right to enrich your own. This stage of life is a beautiful reminder that happiness is not something you must earn or justify. It is a simple, essential part of a life well lived. Embrace it with open arms, knowing that you are worthy of every moment of joy you allow yourself to experience. Conclusion. Reaching the age of 70, 80, or beyond is more than a mere marking of time. It's a profound invitation to step into a life unburdened by the pressures and expectations that may have once weighed us down. This stage of life offers a rare and precious freedom, the freedom to redefine happiness, to embrace our own authenticity, and to savor each moment with an appreciation that only experience can bring. It's a time to let go of what no longer serves us, to gently set aside outdated goals, and to immerse ourselves in the present with a sense of lightness and clarity. These years are a gift, a chance to live fully and authentically, to pursue what brings us peace, and to cultivate joy in the simplest of moments. Life's true richness often lies in quiet mornings, meaningful connections, and the freedom to be exactly who we are without apology. By releasing the need to meet others' expectations, we create space for what truly matters. A life lived on our own terms, filled with gratitude, purpose, and an unwavering sense of inner peace. Each day offers us the chance to write a new page, to discover new joys, and to cherish the beauty of simply being present. As we embrace this stage with openness and courage, we allow ourselves to live in a way that honors every chapter of our journey, knowing that true fulfillment is found not in perfection, but in authenticity, not in achievements, but in moments of genuine connection and self-acceptance. This is our time to live fully, to love deeply, and to walk with grace through each remaining day, carrying forward only what nourishes the soul. It's a time to remember that we are enough just as we are, and that a life of purpose, joy, and peace is the most profound legacy we can leave. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned, and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey towards embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms